an Unspoiled Network podcast.
This is Unscrupled, covering Angel, Season 5, Episodes 17 and 18, Disharmony, and Dead End. In these episodes, I just fucking got the pun. Right fucking now. Welcome to Unscrupled.
That be?
Disharmony. Because they're named so randomly that, like, I see a lot of shows do this where it's like, this episode is named Coda. There's no reason why. It doesn't come after anything. It's just there.
Yeah.
And they're really opaque. And, yeah. So, how did you feel about this first episode?
I gotta say, I love this episode.
I love this episode, too.
Oh my god, I'm so glad. I was worried.
No, this was really good. This was a really good use of Harmony. This was a really good use of Cordelia.
Yes!
Yeah, like, this is... To be honest, it doesn't belong in Angel. It has a Buffy tone to it.
It really does.
So, Angel's kind of dour and, the world is ending.
And film
evil
noir.
things are happening.
Yeah, we're part of a prophecy, oh my god!
Yeah, and where this is like, it's a fucking pyramid scheme, and girls who peaked in high school. This belongs as an episode of Buffy.
It belongs, it's kind of, it might even be too good for Buffy. It's just wonderful.
Yeah, so, yeah, this was a very interesting episode, and I was kind of riveted.
Excellent.
So, who the fuck are you?
Oh, I'm Bitches. Who the fuck are you?
I'm Money, and together we are...
Bitches and Money.
We are getting so good at this.
We really are. I'm so proud of us.
Yes, I love us.
I do too.
So, yeah, Harmony is back. And not back, but like here.
Yeah, she's in LA. She just, had a really bad breakup with this terrible guy who was so clingy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder if Jane Espenson wrote this episode, because it's... There are some characters who are kind of vapid and dumb and don't have a whole lot going on, but that doesn't mean there's not material for you to work with.
That's true.
And this really worked with Harmony.
It's a fantastic use of their harmony, and...
It's also a fantastic use of their Cordelia.
This is true.
Because Cordelia also peaked in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's a fucking office manager for a detective agency that can't pay the bills.
I don't think they can't pay the bills. I think Angel is bankrolling the entire thing.
I mean, that's fair, but still, it's not where she expected to end up.
No, she thought she would be, I don't know, starring in a sitcom by now.
Yeah, and part of me wonders if, like, maybe if her dad hadn't gone to IRS prison, maybe she'd have gone to college and pursued a drama degree, because then
well,
maybe...
that doesn't mean anything.
Well, it means she could start a podcast network.
Okay, yeah. But as far as making it in film, yeah, your college fine arts degree means jack shit to these people. They don't care that you starred in Oklahoma. They don't give a shit.
Right. Yeah, so where the fuck are we? Harmony comes back, and she's not here to eat Cordelia. She's here to hang out with Cordelia.
More's the pity.
Yes. Although, I would have been there if she wanted to fuck Cordelia, which was a major red herring in this episode.
What, you were fooled too? You and Cordy were in the dark about what you wanted?
I always think you should increase the level of gay in any given sitcom by at least 15%.
Okay. BT Dubs, not written by Jane Espenson.
It has a very her feel to it.
Well, it was written by David Fury, so we'll have to watch out for that one.
Oh, wow. David Fury.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know who that is.
I don't either. But apparently he wrote this fabulous episode that
right.
was just a ton of fun. So yeah, she's...
So Harmony, let's take stock of Harmony's life here.
Yeah.
Harmony was the queen of high school.
Princess. Cordelia was queen.
Yeah, but Cordelia had a fall when she chose Xander over...
This is true, and Harmony did take over the bitch patrol.
Displaced her, yeah.
Once Cordy was out, yeah.
So Harmony, she's recruited to fight the snake monster at graduation, where she gets turned into a vampire. So
pretty much
Harmony never got to be an adult.
No. Literally peaked in high school.
Exactly. And
literally.
So she's undead, and she tries doing what a vampire does, being the queen vampire for a while, but it doesn't really work.
Yeah, because she's really stupid.
And now I start to think that maybe this is her... From her perspective, she has a right to be really mad at Buffy.
Okay, what? Why?
Because she got recruited into this army.
No, bullshit. She was not recruited. They had to go to graduation.
I mean, yeah, but this... Can you not see why a teenage girl might be really mad at Buffy because, this is a Buffy thing that she fought for and ended up dying for?
No. Because the mayor wasn't gunning for Buffy. He wasn't at the graduation because Buffy was gonna be there. The mayor was at the graduation because there were some tasty vittles there and the timing was right. The stars aligned, whatever. But Buffy being there to thwart him was merely coincidence. Well, not coincidence.
I don't think you're properly looking at Harmony's perspective, because she showed the fuck up to help Buffy, this bitch she never liked, and it cost her life.
Well... It was gonna cost her life whether she helped or not.
So, she can still has a right to be mad about it, you know?
I don't think she does. It's not Buffy's fault. The mayor decided to ascend.
Stupid.
Yeah, she's stupid.
I'm not saying she's right. I'm saying this is probably how she feels.
Well, she's a vampire now, so she doesn't have to justify hating the Slayer. She can hate the Slayer on a purely vampiric level, and it's fine. She doesn't need a reason.
I don't know. It just recontextualizes her entire thing and, being a lot more personal, and I like this better.
I don't know where you're getting it from, though. This is pure, unadulterated headcanon. She has said nothing to hint at this whatsoever.
And she specifically targeted Buffy's little sister, though.
What? When?
When she fucking made a gang and went to the house and got invited in.
Oh, that's because if you kill a Slayer, you get a rep, and she needed a rep real bad.
I'm not buying it. Anyway.
What? Of course you're buying it.
So, what I'm trying to get at is, Harmony is in this position. She's been thwarted by her high school nemesis. And let's be real here. In her head, she is Buffy's nemesis.
Oh, adorable.
Yes, just because, Buffy doesn't take her seriously doesn't mean that Harmony is not hurt by the fact that she's useless.
Yeah, I think she realizes that no one takes her seriously.
Yeah. She hooks up with Spike and then gets dumped for Buffy.
Repeatedly.
Not just for Buffy, but for being in the proximity to Buffy.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel for poor dumb Harmony at this point. It's I have an eternity to look forward to, and I'm never going to be happy. Everything I touch turns to shit. I'm going to go talk to the one person that I ever really connected with, and that was Cordelia.
Yeah, and that part is totally a fair assessment of Harmony. But the other thing about being tragically stupid is that things don't get you down for very long, because every little idiocy that comes your way seems like a new opportunity. Mm-hmm. As she proves again and again in this episode.
Right.
And it's just a wonder to behold.
This is good writing for a shallow character.
It really is. But they're actually really hard to write for.
Yeah, but this proves you can do it, so stop fucking it up, guys.
Yeah. Call up David Fury and take some notes.
Right. Have him write some Anya stuff. I'm sure he'd be good at it.
Yeah.
So, Harmony shows up while the boys are out hunting some vampires.
Like you do.
In Slytherin robes. Tell me you didn't think these were...
Oh, yeah!
They were green robes, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I stopped, and I'm like, when did Harry Potter come out? Like, are you guys... Like, was there a lawsuit here?
Okay, so these came out before Harry Potter... Like, this Buffy came out before Harry Potter was a thing. It might have been out, but it wasn't a thing yet.
It wasn't a zeitgeist?
Yeah, it wasn't, a worldwide phenomenon. It didn't get to there until the mid-2000s.
Okay. Yeah, so... Yeah, like, but Cordy had a vision of a blue robe.
Yeah, and these ones were wearing green, and oh my god, what could it possibly mean? There's lots of robes, guys. That's what it means.
Right. So Harmony shows up and asks to stay with Cordy, and Cordy goes, Cordy takes her home, and they're having girl talk, and they looked genuinely happy.
Yeah, Cordy laughed more in this episode than she has in 2 seasons.
Right. So...
she had a genuinely good evening.
Yeah. And Harmony is hungry because she hasn't eaten in 6 weeks.
Probably just a couple days. I'm sure she picked up a hobo on the way.
Okay. I hope so. Is there a drive-through hobo on the way to Rancho Cucamonga?
I think we call that any rest stop.
Okay. So, yeah, and they're having girl talk, and then there's the maybe lesbian scene. Yeah.
So, I had feelings about this the first time I saw it.
Tell us about your feelings.
I thought, this is a cheap fucking joke. But then I let that go and was able to enjoy the discomfort of both parties talking about completely different things with the same words.
Yeah.
And then it all paid off when she talked to Willow, for me. How did you feel about it?
Well, I saw Willow in the cast when it said Allison Hannigan was showing up, so I was like, oh, is Willow going to actually show up and interact with people? And no, they filmed it on the Buffy set and just saving money. So
they did one scene of Willow on the phone, and Allison Hannigan acted the crap out of that.
I do want some more crossovers so that this feels like an actual world that they live in. But at the same time, how often do we go to Rancho Cucamonga, even when we've got friends out there? Yeah,
seriously. My other best friend in the world lives literally in Rancho Cucamonga. Have I ever been there? Hell no!
She could be a vampire for all you know.
She could be, except she likes the daylight and horses and shit. Anyway, point being, I don't go out there because it's a hellscape.
It's a hell mouth.
It can be both.
Escape mouth.
It's a hellscape mouth. Hell mouthscape? Whatever. Anyway, point being, it sucks.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing it.
Also, it's hot.
It's fucking hot. Oh my god.
You drive out there and you're like, what is this?
And you're like, did no one invent shade in San Bernardino? And the answer is no. They're not allowed to have shade. It was outlawed in 1952.
It's a sad fact of life that part of global warming is only rich people are going to be able to afford to live places cool enough to survive.
Huh.
So you noticed I noticed we had a nasty heat wave last weekend, guys.
Yes.
It was bad. It was 115 degrees.
It was fucked up.
And I look at the map just out of curiosity, and it's only 85 in Santa Monica.
Yeah. Because it's close to the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But down in Redondo Beach, it was hotter.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yes, those areas are more temperate and have better views, so the rich people live there and hike up the property values because it's more desirable. It's the worst. But don't worry, when the end comes, this place will all be uninhabitable, and those Malibu condos and mansions and bullshit will all be on fire, and I'll laugh from my watery grave.
That was actually my favorite part of my favorite thing to think about in World War Z was the fact that waterfront property is now the slums.
Absolutely.
Because that's where zombies come out.
Yeah, because zombies just, can hang out in the ocean for as long as they want.
Yeah, there was a really disturbing line where it's the kids who were born since the war, they they know not to play near water. And I'm just like, oh my god, playing in water is like a child thing.
Yeah, it's a formative child thing.
And
like getting some cheap $20 boogie boards and riding those fuckers all summer. That's childhood in California, man.
Right. So we have the maybe lesbian scene where Harmony sneaks in and she's really fucking hungry.
Yeah, she is.
Now, I thought at first, like, she's about, I'm going to bring my girlfriend and take her to the dark side because, like, what the fuck else am I going to do?
Yeah, Harmony doesn't even think like that.
But she says she doesn't think of Cordelia that way.
As food?
Yes, which puts more holes in the whole concept of a soul in that here is a vampire. She has not been hobbled like Spike. She has not been given a soul like Angel. And yet, she is still able to make judgments about her preferences for the living world.
Harmony is one of those rare people who didn't change very much when they became a vampire. She talks about being evil and stuff, but she's just petty. And she was always petty, so it's like, what's the difference? I don't know if she got a weak demon, or if there was so little to work with that they couldn't, that whatever evil infested her body couldn't make it worse. But, yeah, she's just kind of exactly the same.
She's showing a lot more moral clarity than most of the other vampires we've run across.
Oh, I don't think that's moral clarity at all. She says she doesn't think of Cordelia that way, meaning that, like, Cordelia could have value to her in some way, and it would do herself a disservice to eat her. Because
I'm not sure I buy that, but whatever. Anyway.
Well, she just had the best night of her undead life just sitting on the couch and chatting.
But she said, like, I don't think about you that way. It's not, I changed my mind about eating you, which is also a really good double entendre.
Well, no, she sought out Cordy in particular. I mean, she really could have taken any of the street people in LA and eaten them, of which there are many. There's so many hopeless people here in the city.
She gave it did not come off to me that she was saying, I've changed my mind about eating you. What it said is,
she never intended to eat Cordy. She was
and
legit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we've seen other vampires not give a shit about that kind of thing.
Well, okay, but Spike deliberately doesn't eat certain people.
But that's when?
There was a whole thing when they were all still in high school where he needed Willow for some computer stuff, but also he was going through a rough patch with Drew. And he spent an entire evening holding Willow hostage, and he thought, maybe I should eat you. And then he's like, no, you're still useful.
But that's about utility.
Yes, and this is about a different kind of utility. This is about, she wanted to be with Cordy because she remembered that being with Cordy used to make her feel good. And then she was with Cordy and found out that it does make her feel good. So Cordy's utility is in that they're friends. So she doesn't want to eat her. So she's saying, I don't think of you like that because you make me feel good. Now, if Cordy had been like, girl, you can't come over. What the fuck are you talking? We were friends in high school and that was weird. And then you dumped me when I, like, actually dated a person. Fuck you. She would have eaten her in a heartbeat.
Okay.
Yeah,
whatever.
Warm fuzzies be damned. But no, Cordy is still useful to her.
Warm fuzzies existing in vampires is what I'm getting at here.
Well, they do
Which
have
is
all
muddying
the
the waters of demonology and souls and stuff.
No, they have all the memories and hang-ups they had in life. That's why Spike
Then why do they
overcompensates
eat
so
their
much.
families?
Why do they eat their families?
If they get warm fuzzies from their families, why do they eat them?
Perhaps that's something we'll explore later.
Exactly. And that's what I'm getting at, is like there's this whole concept of vampires are fucking pure evil and trash, and
no, they're not.
Doesn't
pure
seem
evil
to
and
be
trash.
holding up.
The thing is, they're not pure evil. They're just, really quite evil. And yeah, they're not all trash. They're just really quite evil, and we are their food. Therefore, you gotta dust them. Because they'll eat you. You can't really trust them consistently.
Okay.
I include Angel in this, because he has proved to be untrustworthy
why is
lately.
Angel so... why is he still here?
Why is he still here? Because the show's named after him.
Right.
Dust him and name it The Gun Show.
The Gun Show?
You want to come to this gun show?
He could blow a hole in someone and say, that's the Gun Show loophole. Which is exactly the kind of pun that they would go for here.
It truly is.
So, yeah, there's a misunderstood call with Willow.
Yeah. But that gets straightened out pretty quick.
Yeah, and then Willow comes out to Cordy. And I was shocked that this was news to Cordy, but then I remembered that all of the Cordy reactions I've had to Willow being gay are, these are lines she should have said. And this hasn't actually happened. Because Willow doesn't actually like Cordy, and Cordy doesn't actually like Willow.
Nope. They hate each other with a fiery passion.
So, yeah. Yeah, things get cleared up, and then Willow calls Angel. Why does Willow have Angel's number?
Because I'm certain that when Joyce died, Angel gave his number to all of Buffy's friends and said, if she needs me, you call.
Because I was sort of at the... I could see them having his number when he lived in the basement, but he doesn't live there anymore. It blew up. He lives in a hotel, and they didn't have cell phones, so I was like, that's a new phone number.
It was the early aughts. They had cell phones.
They had cell phones, but, Angel doesn't have a cell phone.
Doesn't he? I don't know. I forget which phone he was talking on.
Yeah, so... Gunn and Wesley show up.
No, Angel's there.
Angel's there?
Yeah, because he keeps doing the thing where he tries to suck up to Cordelia.
Okay.
You guys are being way too hard on her. So it's Wesley and Angel. Yeah,
Wesley and Angel. And they're painting each other's nails, and she's like, Harmony's a vampire. She's like, yeah, I know.
It's like, what?
You guys have to trust my judgment here.
And they're like, well, Wesley's like, but she's evil. And Cordy is like, it's handled, guys. And Angel's being such a fucking ass monkey.
I don't understand, this whole thing...
We should give her the benefit of the doubt.
This whole thing with Angel, trying to be nice to Cordelia is just so hammy.
Well, he was really thrown by her, saying to his face, we're not friends, which he totally deserved.
Yeah. You need to start... Men, if someone says we're not a thing, stop trying to make it a thing, whether that be friendship, or a relationship, or a fucking relationship.
Yeah, respect their wishes and walk the fuck away.
I was so turned off with, Cordelia made it very clear what your relationship was and wasn't. And you don't respect that. You're still trying to nice guy your way into it, where you bought her a bunch of fucking sandwiches.
Yeah.
And Angel is just fucking terrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
So all of this was very creepy to me.
I'm going to make up for my bad behavior, my abusive behavior, with presents.
Yes.
Because I know those work.
And I'm going to be very performative about respecting your boundaries.
I'm going to manipulate
and I'm going to do it very loudly. And this is me respecting your boundaries. I'm sorry, did I bring you down?
Well, I was already there because they make it really obvious that he's doing that, but they also try to make it endearing, which just fucking infuriates me. It's like, stop rewarding his shitty behavior by making it cute. It's not cute.
This is the dip in this episode, in that what this episode really does right is that it doesn't have the angel gaze.
Okay.
As opposed to the male gaze.
Right.
So... And that's really, where my favorite characters seem to spring in this show. With, Lila and Leslie. I'm into them.
Yeah.
Darla and Drusilla. I'm into them.
Totally.
Or I used to be into Drusilla. This is an episode about two characters, and it's not framed in their relationship and or utility to Angel.
Yeah.
And it's not framed as this is them mending their relationship. This is totally independent of Angel. And that's what really makes this episode work. So when we have Angel being this super creep and then validating it, it takes it down from the 4-star episode it could have been.
Yeah, a bit. I did like that Cordy used her words and backed it up and did not waver. There was nothing in Cordy's behavior that indicated she wanted Angel to try to make it up to her. She was steadfast and very good communication-wise. She didn't give mixed signals on any level.
Right.
And yeah, and that's why it makes what he was doing so fucking egregious. Because she was not here for his shit.
Right. So, it turns out that, okay, so they invite Harmony back to the hotel because Harmony's lonely.
Yeah. And, oh god.
I didn't really feel for this scene. Like, we've had Gunn's reaction and kind of just underscores that they don't really take Gunn all that seriously, even though he's the most qualified person in the room all of the time.
Most of the time. If it's about books, then it's Wesley.
Yeah, but if it's about staying alive on the streets of LA and fighting evil, it's Gunn.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I don't really care for the whole pig's blood conversation and Harmony being a stupid slut, which is what they're trying to paint here.
The whole her putting gum on a book page was just, I think, over the line.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does demonstrate her blatant disregard for anything other than herself. And
it's just so sitcom-y. Nobody would ever do that. Not even a stupid person.
Not even an evil person.
Right.
Even evil respects books.
Like, that is an ex-girlfriend move. That is not a stupid person move.
So you think, so if it's not stupid and it's not evil, do you think it's just her trying to get attention?
I don't care. It's just not realistic.
Okay, that's fair.
It's not a thing a person would do outside of the Big Bang Theory.
Right.
So, yeah. But it turns out there is, and this is my favorite Monster of the Week ever, is a pyramid scheme with vampires.
Yes.
Because
it's just so good!
There had to be one.
Yeah.
And what the hell? I want to see a lot more of this and how all we've really seen out of how vampires organize themselves is, like, fights.
Yeah, sometimes they'll have a nest and it'll be awful. And sometimes they have other stuff. And then there's this.
Right.
Oh my god. A motivational speaker vampire. Holy crap. Another couple of weeks he could have ruled LA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a really effective thing and a really, effective Monster of the Week. I'm sorry. This was brilliant.
He was really growing his empire.
Right. So, Cordy's visions point to a red bird.
Yeah.
Which turns out to be a stone bird that is lit by a red neon light.
Bullshit. Whatever. I don't care. I hate visions.
I hate them too. This is, can they just invent a vision cure so that we don't have to deal with this anymore?
Well, they are taking their toll on Cordy mentally, so maybe?
Maybe. They bring Harmony along because they don't trust her to stay by herself, and she's lonely.
She is, and frankly, I wouldn't leave her alone anywhere ever.
So they're planning on... Angel pulls Cordelia aside and says, Harmony is going to betray you.
Okay.
And I feel like Cordy did not shoot him down hard enough, as harsh as she was on him.
No, because she's of course going to betray you. She's a vampire.
I really wanted her to say, listen, dickhole, I've been around vampires too. I still have a life, which means I have a lot more stake in this than you do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need you to fucking tell me what vampires are capable of.
Mm.
I know what vampires are capable of. I know what Harmony is capable of. I know how to fucking protect myself.
I'm from
Fuck
Sunnydale.
the fuck off.
Yeah, okay, that would have been super satisfying.
Yeah.
I just want to give you all a really quick taste of what you get for $1 a month. Strap in, guys. It's an exciting ride. This is Unspoiled, patrons only, covering Sharknado, Jessica Jones, The Room, Luke Cage,
Take my love, take my land, take me where I cannot stand.
Firefly, Star Wars, The Force Awakens, Black Mirror, The Cabin in the Woods, Sherlock, pretty sure you all know that one. I just gave you 10 reasons. 10 reasons! And that's not even all of them. We covered Ghostbusters. We covered The Avengers. We covered Civil War. We're going to be covering all kinds of stuff in the future for Harry Potter. Special episodes on the movies and on Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them and on some of the side story books and on Cursed Child. There is going to be so much stuff coming up. And it's $1. You guys, for realsies, you should do it. Become a patron. Patreon.com/unspoiled.
So I think we might be missing a place.
What's that?
They go to karaoke.
Oh, God. Yeah, I was so distracted by the RuPaul suit that did not fit.
What?
Lauren was wearing, like, that silver and black thing,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it was really poorly tailored, so I don't really remember anything that happened, because I was just staring at, like, who's the fucking costume director, and fire them.
Yeah, see, I didn't even notice that it was poorly tailored. I was just like, huh.
Because when we watch RuPaul's Drag Race, every time he walks out in something hideous,
Yeah.
y'all screech, but it's always fitted to him.
Yeah. But that's a show that's literally about fashion.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. What the fuck happened there? Do I care?
She was gonna sing, and then Lauren was like, oh, baby, you don't need to sing. I know what's going on. Cordelia will be your guide. And here's a free carafe of blood and some potato skins, and you do you, boo-boo. And then they're gonna ditch her there so that they can go pursue a lead. And she says the candle in the wind thing, which I thought was actually pretty good.
Oh, yeah, this... Princess Diana, her legacy lives on 20 years later.
Yeah, seriously. And yeah, so they bail and they're walking down the street looking badass, and all of a sudden Harmony's tagging along with them, and they're like, why? And she's like, I'm one of the good guys now. I'm supposed to come with you. It's gonna be amazing, you guys.
And any other time, I would be angry at the stupid blonde characterization of Harmony, but I'm not here because Harmony is clearly looking for something, not just a place to fit in,
Mm-hmm.
but a place, something to do with her time.
Right.
She's severely lonely. And it's not even about power at this point. It's just about having someone to talk to.
It's someone who cares about her on any level.
Exactly.
I think that's why she has no problem betraying them in 5 minutes, because it's like, hey, if they hate me, then at least they're thinking about me.
Right. So with some shenanigans and that conversation that I aforementioned between Cordy and Angel, they decide to send her in as a spy.
Yeah. So, who didn't see the betrayal coming?
I thought there was going to be a double betrayal.
Oh, yeah.
I thought she was going to, like, I don't know, lead them to the front and there would be sunlight or something.
Ha-ha! No.
And then she would say, like, hey, I helped you guys out, but this isn't really what I'm about, so bye. Or maybe, I thought maybe she would try and kill the leader and become the leader.
Yeah, that's a her thing.
Yeah. So
So
I saw the first betrayal coming. I was kind of like, is there another one coming?
Okay, so you were surprised by the lack of betrayal. Second,
Yes.
the lack of double
The lack of
cross.
a second twist.
Okay. I feel that. That sounds solid. What I really enjoyed about that entire process, those scenes in general, was how quickly she embraced the buzzwords of the cult. Oh my gosh. She's like, I'm finding my actuality. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's like, wow. That kind of negativity, I'm just going to shrug it off. Just like Doug says.
She should start a vampire CrossFit.
Oh my god, she could.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Just, like, look at those legs. She can fucking run. So.
Yeah. Do you get more fit as a vampire? I mean, can you get, like, less fit? Can you get fat as a vampire if you're not taking care of your shit?
Well, what about the massive demon that, like, they spooned?
Maybe.
He wasn't a vampire, though, was he?
No.
Okay.
Like, I have so many questions about vampire physiology.
Yeah. I gotta admit, I didn't like it at the beginning when the vampires turned to dust when you killed them.
Uh-huh.
I especially hate it now.
Yeah. Because the only things that ever fall out of them are exactly the things you need.
Yes.
Like that key.
Also, like...
Fuck that key.
I could understand, like, supernatural beings turn to dust when you kill them, but that's not the case. It's only vampires.
I really wish more things fell out of them when you dusted them. Like all their fillings.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
And their nipple rings and shit.
Yeah, and any metal they had on them should, like, clothes, I get it. Clothes can turn to dust with them. But, like, seriously, it should be a shower of metal falling out of their bodies because we put a lot of fucking metal in our bodies.
Or, like, I don't know. Well, maybe the dust is high metal content because I'm thinking, like, what is it? X2? There's more iron in your blood.
Yeah, but that they put a lot of iron in that guy's blood.
I really want to watch that movie again.
So go for it.
Yeah, I actually have the DVD.
Okay.
So, yeah. Harmony betrays them. And Cordelia has 2 crossbows.
Yeah, not sure where she got the second one from.
Yeah, they need to have more storage containers for the weapons they just pull out.
Yeah, like
because
if she had like
Cordy
a hip
went
holster
fucking
or
flying.
something.
She should have broken one of them.
Yeah, or had a bag.
Right.
A bag that could hold a crossbow. A loaded crossbow.
A loaded mini crossbow. And yeah, there's the face-off where Cordy's holding 2 of them, and she's like, that's pointing at my throat. Yeah, it's gonna hurt. This is the one that's gonna kill you. That was actually pretty badass.
That was badass.
You know what wasn't badass?
Letting her go?
Yes.
She should have killed her! I was shouting. Both times!
That is very out of character for Cordelia at this point.
She hasn't got very many friends. She hasn't got very many memories. But honestly, I think Cordelia, the Cordy I know, would think about, how many people is this bitch gonna kill trying to eat?
I'm a little mad that this wasn't Harmony's exit. Because I'm a little afraid they'll go back to old Harmony.
What kind of old Harmony?
Just the old Harmony that they didn't know what to do with. What if it's not David Fury writing her next time?
Oh, yeah.
Because nothing ever stays dead here. Like, if someone has a name and they don't die at the end of it, they're probably going to come back.
You really think Harmony's coming back?
Yes. Maybe not here. Maybe to Sunnydale.
Maybe.
Harmony's been around since season 1. I don't think she's going.
The actress didn't get a feature film, so anything's possible.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the episode.
That is the episode.
So our second episode revolves around Leslie getting a hand.
Yeah, this is weird.
This is a really weird episode, and Leslie's characterization is not very consistent at all.
There's... Yeah, I think this is Leslie having a nervous breakdown, and that's why it's kind of supposed to be not consistent.
Sure. So, apparently there's demon healers.
Well, yeah, of course there are.
I feel like that would be a much more lucrative thing that the regular human world, the non-evil human world, would want.
Well, except that it doesn't work. I mean, you end up with an evil hand.
I mean, they can do more than just stitch body parts together, can't they?
Who's to say?
Because they're specifically called healers, not Frankensteiners.
Not fleshmongers.
Yes, not stitchers.
Well, okay, they're called healers by lawyers.
Okay. So, Leslie is... And while I liked this, this montage of him, like, with his ties already tied.
Yeah.
And...
looking forlornly at his guitar.
Yeah. Part of me was like, I'm sure every disabled person who watched this was throwing shit at their TV. Because they're right, and I'm tired of people who have a disability of some kind spending a lot of screen time where they're clearly wishing they weren't disabled.
Instead of just moving on with their fucking life.
Yes.
And then being magically fucking fixed.
Yeah. Because, like, it was... And I've heard behind-the-scenes horror stories of, like, they hired a guy who, have you seen Avatar?
The blue one that was Pocahontas? Yeah, I saw it once. Can't remember a goddamn thing
I haven't seen it. But
you're not missing anything.
Apparently they hired a guy to teach him how to get in and out of bed in a wheelchair. A guy who was actually in a wheelchair.
Right.
And then they fired him because it looked too easy.
But if you do it every day, it does look easy.
And then there's that episode of Dollhouse where they hired a blind woman to teach Faith. What's her name? Eliza Dushku. To walk like a blind woman, and then they fired her because she looked too competent. So, yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to rile you up on this, but it was really bothering me. And just as a trope of someone who is disabled in some form or another, spending a lot of time wishing they weren't disabled and looking forlornly at things they can't do anymore.
Yeah. Oh, man, I hadn't thought about that. Why you gotta make me think like a fucking person?
And I could see if maybe it was a few weeks since he lost his hand, but it's been a year.
Yeah. And okay. So, guys, I know a little bit about the disabled community.
Just a bit.
Just a little bit. I maybe was married to someone in a wheelchair for like 5 years. And you get not used to it exactly. Used to it is the wrong thing, but like you stop thinking of it as, God, this is an impediment to my life, and thinking of this is what life is. Mm-hmm. You don't look at the running shoes longingly anymore. You stop seeing them.
Right.
And you don't, like, I legitimately stopped seeing escalators in malls because they weren't an option for us.
Right.
So, like, I couldn't, like, we had a mall that we went to. I could not have told you where a single escalator was because in my mind they didn't exist. They were pointless. So why bother? Was
that the Dead Mall?
No. Different mall.
Okay. Guys, there's a Dead Mall, just FYI.
Well, sweetheart, we're in California. There's a million malls everywhere.
Okay.
I could go out and pee on them all right now.
Okay. You go pee on them all. I can't relate to that impulse, but you do you.
You're always out randoming me, and this time I win.
Okay.
But yeah, you stop doing that thing where it's like, if only I had my right hand, and you start thinking, I wonder if there's better adaptive technology. Why am I using this fake hand when I could have a hook?
Yeah. I also have some of my own internal sexism to confront here.
Okay.
So we have a meeting with a client and Leslie and Lila.
Yeah.
And Lila is going through options, and Leslie doesn't seem to be paying attention. He's like, well, we'll just do this. And the client loves it.
Yeah.
And my first reaction was, this is why Leslie's a very good lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
But then I stopped and thought about it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anything about what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It's all invented by the writers.
Right.
It's all in the confidence of the delivery. And Lila, am I discounting Lila's opinion and her point of view because she doesn't do it in this flippant devil-may-care male attitude?
Because she actually put in the research and the work.
Yeah,
and is
because
presenting a legitimate thing.
While, in both situations where we have Leslie upstaging Lila,
mm-hmm.
I realize in neither of them did Leslie actually have better ideas. It's all delivery. And me being a man who is very flippant about shit like this,
mm-hmm.
I probably respond to it a lot better. So, yeah. So now I'm sort of doing a little soul searching on how I feel about Leslie and Lila.
Okay. That's fair.
So, yeah. But Leslie is writing kill, 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 kill on with his new hand.
Yeah, his new hand maybe has a mind of its own. At least it isn't masturbating him in public.
Yeah. Something tells me he had a really good wank that night.
Oh, yeah, like a power wank.
I mean, turn your hand around wank.
Ooh, that's a thing?
Yeah, it's at least for me, when I want to draw it out, because you get really good at doing it the comfortable way. But sometimes you're like, I want to change things up. It's going to take longer, but I got time.
Yeah. Okay, I feel that. Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah. So, also, guys and women with penises, change it up.
Sometimes.
No, a lot of the time.
Yeah.
You don't want your dick to be conditioned to particular stimuli.
Yeah.
You need to, use the other hand, turn your hand around. Don't use the mattress in the box spring.
Yeah, don't do that.
Use your thighs, which is really hard to do, but sometimes worth it. Yeah.
Okay. Man, I wish I had a dick so I could try this stuff out.
I really don't. We look so stupid.
Okay, so, if I wasn't taking drugs for it, naturally, once a month, my body decides to be in crippling pain and bleed for 9 days. I'd be happier with stupid-looking genitalia.
You did not specify that you were trading. You just said you wish you had a penis.
Oh, if I could have both, I totally would. But, because as much...
You have to be clear about the hypothetical you're talking about, because I didn't realize that getting rid of menstrual cramps was part of this deal. And I would say, yes, please do that.
Male privilege, God damn it.
Please do that, because menstrual cramps are terrible. The 15-year-old girl who had a ruptured appendix and thought it was menstrual cramps.
Yeah, that's how bad they are.
Yeah.
You will have a woman who on the inside is crying and vomiting and have her walk into work like everything's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Because fuck you, menstrual cramps.
Right. So, yeah, his hand is writing kill. He doesn't know who it wants to kill. And he decides to do the lowest form of art, which is sing an acoustic guitar on stage.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. That will never be sexy, no matter who does it.
It wasn't sexy, But he really can sing.
He can sing.
I mean, like, that was solid. But yeah, I did not want to fuck him. Of course, it's a really high bar for me with guys.
He was a very good singer. I still don't want to listen to him.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't buy his album.
Right.
But like, if he came on the radio, I wouldn't like turn him off. I just would hope a better song came on after.
Guys, I hate live music in places that you're not there for the music. Get out of my fucking coffee shops and bars.
Oh yeah.
Because I want to talk to my friends.
Sometimes I'm at a restaurant and they start setting up a live band and I'm like, okay, we're not having dessert. We are leaving as soon as... Finish your beers, guys!
Yeah. So, plus they're loud.
They're so loud! Oh my god. And they've got, like, huge amps. It's like, how can you afford an amp? You're not making money from this.
Yeah. Well,
anyway, back to Angel.
They're usually accountants and dentists who have, like, one night a week when they're not fighting with their wives, so...
Yeah.
So,
guards.
although we're in LA and I haven't, like, maybe the band culture is different here.
It's very different here. Yes. People in bands do all kinds of things, and oftentimes they're actually trying to make it, and it's not we're going to play in bars because it's fun to play in bars thing. We're
going to play in bars because maybe there's somebody who likes us.
Because maybe someone will see us and think that we're good.
Right. So, yeah, they see Leslie. There's a bro shoving match with Leslie.
Yeah, it's more of a dick measuring contest, I thought.
Sure.
Yeah. Anyway, hey, where'd you get your hand?
Long story short, Leslie and Angel end up investigating the same dude.
Yeah, and they both
And he's a parole officer.
They both suck at it. Oh my god.
Yeah, so they break into Leslie breaks into this guy's house and he pulls a gun on him and it's like, the guy pulls a gun on Leslie and he's like, you don't have the password. You're not from Wolfram and Hart.
Well, not from the part of Wolfram and Hart that he wants him to be.
Exactly.
But whatever. So, yeah, Leslie is in a little bit of a tight pickle.
Yeah. But luckily, Angel is outside.
To the rescue. With some ropes!
It was kind of cute that they were having another bro-off when...
Yeah. Okay, so I really liked the way Angel played it when he's like, why would I kill you when I could live off you for a month? That was cute.
Yeah. So they reveal something, and I think I was looking at my phone because I was kind of bored at this point.
Yeah.
So Angel, and like after having been warned by Lorne that they're going to have to work together, they go investigate this place where they find a bunch of bodies that have been cut up.
They go to the place that supplies the parts for the clinic that Leslie had gone to.
And it turns out the guy whose hand he's got wanted to kill himself.
Yeah, that's why he kept writing kill.
Yeah.
It's like, no, kill me.
Yeah.
Kill me.
Did they? I think I blacked out that part.
Leslie unplugged his life support machine.
Did they unplug all of them?
No, they just unplugged him and they freed the ones that were still whole.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But then they blew the place up.
Okay.
Because they open up all the valves on the oxygen tanks and then Angel threw some flaming paper down the stairwell and it blew the fuck to hell.
I blacked out all of that.
Yeah, I paid attention because...
Because I was just so confused. I'm like, why are there stasis pods? Why are we in Battlestar Galactica? I don't get it.
Because organs are delicate and it's best to incubate them in their own flesh cocoon.
But why are they standing? It's the question.
Who's to say?
Why are you stressing the bodies?
Why are you stressing your mind thinking about it? The answer is it looks cool. Jesus fuck.
Yeah, and then we have Leslie's meeting where he goes all half-cocked and throws his promotion back in Wolfram and Hart's face.
Yeah. So what do you think was behind that? Was it the evil hand or the evilness surrounding how he got the evil hand?
I don't know.
Or was he just dead inside?
I think Leslie was just done.
Yeah.
I think he's been offered things, and and he sort of has those things, and the fact that he got... There had to be something eye-opening in that, oh, here's another person that could have been me in that tank.
Yeah.
And then finding out that, like... But not only that, that the item they gave you is defective. Right?
Well, it worked just fine once he killed the donor.
Yeah, but it's still not high quality.
Yeah.
So if they gave you a corner office and it faced a brick wall and a sewage plant, you'd feel kind of disappointed, right?
Yeah, that's
I
true.
think it's just like it's just all kind of bubbled up for Leslie, and he's like, I've had reservations about this, but I put them aside for the rewards, but my first taste of the rewards tasted like shit.
Yeah, that's fair.
So,
and not only that, but the rewards were just making up for something that the work originally cost him.
Right.
It's like, yeah, it's a year later, but we're finally reimbursing you for those sodas you bought.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And yeah, so he's just done. Plus, and he finally does right by Lila.
Yeah, he kind of does. He doesn't let her do anything stupid. He talks up as like, guys, she's got files on all of you idiots. And he's not wrong.
Yeah.
Lila's not stupid.
Right. And I'm shocked they haven't thought of this contingency in the past.
She's a little inept, but she's not stupid.
She's a very hard worker.
She really is.
And if she didn't have to prove herself all the time, she'd be much more productive.
Yeah, she's not great at competition. It does not bring out the best in her.
Well, it's also, there's like, when they talk about female productivity in the workplace, what they're forgetting is there's a significant chunk of a woman's day that is spent convincing a man that you know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I run into that, like, on the daily.
Exactly. So.
And having to prove that your balls are just bigger than his so that he'll shut up for 5 seconds.
Right.
Holy crap.
So Lila gets the promotion, and Leslie gets in his, I call it a furred, because I saw a picture online years ago of someone who had, like, something had happened to the back tailgate of that model car, and they put up a big sign in cardboard, but instead of an O, they put an E.
Okay.
So it was a furred.
I think of that truck as, like, him pretentiously staying close to his roots. Like, this is my nod to my country roots that don't fucking exist.
It has a very Burning Man feel to me.
Oh,
like, you know, when you see a guy who clearly makes a lot of money in an expensive neighborhood, but he's driving like a 97 Bronco. You know, one of the ones with the pastel colors, and it looks kind of rickety. It's like something you'd see a Manic Pixie Dream Girl driving.
Oh.
You know what I'm getting at, right?
No.
That kind of aesthetic,
the
hipster-ishness of look how cool this thing is.
Yeah. And that's what I'm going for too. It's like a hipster fucking like have a new car, you asshole.
Yeah. One that can't be traced to you.
Yeah.
One that's not so easy to notice.
To identify.
Exactly.
But no, he thinks he's gonna drive into Wisconsin and, like, chew some hay and be amongst his people again or something, like some kind of asshole.
And I did like that they parted amicable enemies there.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I do like the way this
a lot more class than Angel has displayed in a long time.
Ever.
So yeah, these were some good episodes, and I liked that they didn't focus on Angel, and I liked that they weren't Angel-gazy.
Yeah, I think that's the secret to this show. It's really good when it's not about its title.
And I think that's where the good characters are found. You disagree with me about Kate, but I like Kate, I like Lila, I like Leslie, I liked Harmony, Darla, Drusilla.
Yeah.
None of these people are give a shit about what Angel thinks of them.
Yeah.
And the writing of them does not reflect that they exist to fill Angel's plot holes.
This is very, very true.
So, yeah, we don't have any new reviews, and guys, get on that, please.
Yeah.
Also, like, we've rebuilt our buffer, and we're 2 weeks ahead again, or a week and a half ahead, or 2 weeks, I'm not sure.
We're something.
We are ahead. But, so, yeah, I'm sorry, new patrons, that you have to wait a couple weeks, but, like, we're busy people, and life happens. So we want to make sure you don't have these giant gaps in your podcast coverage.
Yeah. Although next week we may have to podcast on a different day because Tuesday's my birthday.
That's right. It is.
Yeah.
So anyway, new patrons. We have Molly, Daniel Vetter, Steven, Morgan Peters, Iñaki, Brett Cockerill, Anna Turner, and Michael Schuerman. So welcome, guys. Make sure you're hanging out on the Facebook group. We're doing a lot of memes lately. You're not in the off-topic group, but we had a great one where it's...
I am in the off-topic.
Oh, you're in the off-topic? Okay.
I just don't say anything in it.
Oh, okay. Because we did the meme of, like, type out song lyrics and finish with autocomplete.
Yes! Yours was great.
Which one?
I don't know.
The 12 Days of Christmas?
Maybe. You did several, and there was one that tickled me. But I haven't, had time to actually read through them, so I don't know.
I did Reigns of Castamere. And who are you? The Proud Lord said that I should bow so low. What time is the potluck?
Exactly. So that's the kind of fun you can find. So
of shenanigans that you can do. Also, there's for $20 and up patrons, Natasha and Rashawn get drunk and talk about shit. And it's funny.
And it's some wacky shit.
Natasha has a YouTube channel on being a plus-size woman and clothes shopping, which is very cool. We also have... she now has made-to-order podcasts, so if you want her to cover something, you can pay her to do it. Yeah, it's called Spoil Me. You pay her some money, and she'll do a podcast on whatever the fuck you want.
I'm so proud of me that I didn't say the things inside my head just now. I'm so proud.
Why are you proud? And what were they? Because now you've titillated me and Jeff.
Yeah. Jeff, you're never gonna know.
Anyway, it's hot, guys. We were turning the air conditioning on, but we can't record because it's loud. So we love you all. Bye!
Love you. Bye.
That was an Unspoiled Network podcast.